What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. So, now that I've talked about in my recent video that Xenoblade Chronicles X was released, and my reviews, my thoughts, so now that we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition already added on the Nintendo Switch, apparently what the next games I wanted to see for the Nintendo Switch would be Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I mean, that's what we want to see before the Nintendo Switch gets discontinued. And we're going to move on to the Switch 2 pretty soon because the Switch 2 Direct is coming pretty soon. And I'm very excited for the Nintendo Switch 2, definitely. But what I'm noticing right now is that I have talked about Xenoblade Chronicles X that was released yesterday and one of my thoughts on this game. It's kind of cool though, but we're going to move on to Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. So just trust me on this. The first thing that Zelda Wind Waker HD comes to mind, it was one of the best selling Zelda games for the Nintendo GameCube since it was first released in 2002. So, as I've been expecting, that The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the GameCube looks kind of amazing though, even though that it was awarded Game of the Year, and I think they did it for the second time on the Wii U. They made it like the best-selling Wii U game for the Wii U, Zelda Wind Waker, and I think they should do that on the Nintendo Switch. They should definitely port it on the Nintendo Switch, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, because I've seen we have a lot of Nintendo Switch games. I mean, Nintendo Switch has games, which I guess makes sense, though. And also, Zelda Twilight Princess HD was the best-selling game for the GameCube and for the Wii. Was easily one of the best Zelda games, along with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and all the Zelda games are the best. So, as I can tell, Zelda Twilight Princess HD is easily like, kind of like Zelda's Skyward Sword, but definitely though, Zelda Wind Waker, they had the same gameplay. I mean, you get to play as Toon Link, but the version of the Legend of Zelda game kind of looks what it looks like in the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglasses, Four Swords Adventure, and Triforce Heroes. So that's what it is. I mean, there's like two versions of Link. You have Toon Link, you have a regular Link, and then you have the OG Link. I mean, normally though, whatever version Nintendo has made, I guess they're just gonna put it aside, because whatever Nintendo's doing right now is that they're working on some games for the Nintendo Switch 2, and possibly, hopefully, Nintendo might add in Zelda Wind Waker or Twilight Princess HD for the Nintendo Switch. And if not, then it might be able to come to the Switch 2, as I can tell. So normally, though, I think Nintendo would be able, hopefully, to add in Zelda Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. And if they do, it could be potentially the Nintendo Switch become one of the best Nintendo Switch consoles that has all the video game ports and remakes and newer Nintendo Switch games. But now that we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition already released, and I don't understand why they haven't tapped in these games yet. Now, as much as I can tell, Nintendo is getting into the works of the Nintendo Switch 2 games. I know that they're working on Mario Kart 9, though. They're working on a lot of new Nintendo Switch 2 games. I mean, Nintendo Switch has games, which makes a lot of sense, but the Switch 2 might have games too, which I guess makes sense. But I'm guessing that the Nintendo Switch 2 would possibly become easily one of the best Switch games. But the Switch 2 might become one of the best consoles. But definitely it's part of a Nintendo Switch console, but it's going to be like a second-gen console, is what I'm noticing. And right now, the Switch 2 can play Switch 2 games, and the Switch 2 can play Nintendo Switch games. So, you know, I wanted Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD to come to the Nintendo Switch. If you made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!